Hello, curious minds. Welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has baffled scientists and intrigued animal lovers alike. Why do some animals never sleep? Or better yet, how do they survive without the deep, restorative sleep we humans depend on? It turns out there are some incredible creatures in the animal kingdom that don't sleep the way we do, or at all. So, buckle up, because we're about to go on a fascinating journey into the science of sleep and the animals that seem to have cracked the code of staying awake. Before we start dissecting the animals that never sleep, let's quickly cover what sleep really is. For humans, sleep is a complex biological process where our brain and body undergo a series of restorative cycles. Sleep helps repair muscles, consolidate memories, and regulate the immune system. We typically experience two main stages of sleep: non-REM deep sleep and REM, the stage where we dream. Each stage serves distinct functions: deep sleep for physical restoration, and REM for cognitive processing and memory consolidation. But here's the interesting part. Not all animals need sleep in the way we think. In fact, many species have evolved specialized methods for rest that often defy our expectations. Some don't seem to need sleep at all, while others sleep in ways that are totally different from the sleep cycles we recognize. Some animals have even adapted to only sleep with one hemisphere of their brain at a time. As we'll see, sleep is much more flexible than we tend to think. Let's start with an intriguing creature, the bullfrog. These amphibians are notorious for bypassing sleep altogether. Unlike humans, who cycle through deep sleep and REM, bullfrogs exhibit little to no signs of the sleep stages we are familiar with. Research shows that bullfrogs enter resting states where their activity levels decrease, but they remain fully alert to their surroundings. While it's true that they don't seem to experience the same restorative processes we get from sleep, it doesn't mean their bodies are completely inactive. They may rest, but they are always prepared to react to stimuli, such as predators or prey. Interestingly, the bullfrog doesn't have a complex cortex, the part of the brain that regulates sleep cycles. Without this structure, it doesn't need to go through the same stages of sleep that mammals do. Instead, the bullfrog's survival strategy is built around a constant state of alertness. So while they don't experience the same sleep processes, they can conserve energy in other ways, like entering a hibernation-like state when temperatures drop. For these frogs, staying vigilant is more important than recovery through sleep. This provides an interesting insight into how evolution can shape an animal's sleep requirements based on its environment and survival needs. Next up, let's talk about another fascinating creature, the jellyfish. Jellyfish don't even have a brain, so can they really sleep? The short answer is, not in the way we understand it. But while jellyfish don't experience sleep cycles like humans, they do have periods of low activity that resemble sleep. Jellyfish lack a central nervous system, and they don't have the biological structures required for REM or deep sleep. However, they do enter what scientists describe as a resting period. During this time, their metabolism slows down, and they exhibit minimal movement. This is quite similar to how some animals might rest, but not enter a full sleep state. In fact, some species of jellyfish, like Tortopsis dohrnii, also known as the immortal jellyfish, exhibit an even more extraordinary ability that can reverse their aging process by reverting to earlier developmental stages. This ability effectively cheats death and has been linked to a lack of sleep and aging mechanisms. The jellyfish's simple biology, without the need for a brain or complex sleep structures, allows it to thrive without the traditional sleep cycles seen in most animals. It's a stunning example of how some creatures have evolved to function without sleep at all. Now, let's turn our attention to one of the most famous examples of animals that sleep in unusual ways: dolphins and certain birds. These animals practice something called unihemispheric slow-wave sleep (USWS). Essentially, they can sleep with only one hemisphere of their brain at a time, leaving the other half fully awake and alert. This is an incredible adaptation for animals that need to stay aware of their environment for survival. Dolphins, for example, are voluntary breathers, which means they must consciously come to the surface to breathe. This need to remain aware of their surroundings makes full brain rest impossible. So instead, they have evolved to rest one hemisphere of their brain at a time, allowing them to continue swimming, breathing, and even watching out for predators while the other half of their brain rests. This ability also helps them navigate vast oceanic spaces and maintain group coordination. Interestingly, dolphins have been known to sleep with one eye open as well, reinforcing the need for constant vigilance. Similarly, birds like mallard ducks and certain migratory species also practice unihemispheric sleep. During their migration, some birds can sleep with one eye open and continue flying with one hemisphere of their brain active. This ability helps them maintain flight patterns while also staying alert to potential dangers. Some species of birds can even sleep with one hemisphere of their brain engaged while the other rests, allowing them to keep watch over their surroundings, stay in flight, and even avoid predators or hazards. So why don't these animals need to sleep like we do? The answer lies in evolutionary biology. Sleep is a trade-off, a biological necessity shaped by an animal's environment and lifestyle. Bullfrogs, for example, live in environments where being alert at all times is essential for survival. Instead of relying on sleep to recover, they've evolved to rest in intervals while staying constantly aware of potential threats. Jellyfish, on the other hand, have a much simpler body structure and don't need sleep because their physiological processes are minimal and don't require the same level of recovery that we do. Dolphins and birds have evolved unihemispheric sleep because they need to be constantly aware of their surroundings. For dolphins, this adaptation helps them keep breathing and avoid predators in the ocean. For birds, it enables them to navigate long migration routes without losing consciousness of their environment. But while these animals can thrive without sleep, does that mean sleep isn't essential? Not quite. For humans and other mammals, sleep is crucial for cognitive function, physical recovery, and overall health. Sleep is tied to memory consolidation, emotional regulation, and immune system functioning. Without adequate sleep, humans experience cognitive decline, weakened immunity, and a range of mental and physical health problems. So while animals like dolphins and birds have found ways to adapt, sleep is still vital for many species, especially mammals. In conclusion, sleep, in its traditional sense, is not a universal need across the animal kingdom. The bullfrog, jellyfish, dolphin, and certain birds challenge our conventional understanding of sleep. These animals have evolved remarkable ways of managing rest, whether it's staying alert 24/7, sleeping with half their brain, or not needing sleep at all. It's a testament to the diversity of life and the incredible ways animals adapt to their environments. I hope this deep dive into the world of animal sleep has sparked your curiosity. If you found this video fascinating, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me which animals' sleep habits surprised you the most. Keep asking questions about the world around you, and until next time, stay curious.